Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. Today we are going to be trying something new, at least new to me. This is more or less an experiment. Just something I thought up. I wanted to see if we can make it work. We're going to be working with this here piece of silver maple. Got some interesting things going on inside. I'm not sure what it's going to look like, but let's get started. Alright, so having some problems with the bandsaw there. Had to just go ahead and freehand it. I don't know if that blade's getting dull, but being in a quarantine, can't really just run out to the store and grab a new blade. So I got it round-ish. Let's take it from here. I'll get it on the lathe and finish rounding out the blank here, and then we can actually start what it was that we were trying to accomplish. Alright, see you on the other side of that. I'll get this up on the lathe and start rounding her out, and you will pick up with me then. Alright, so we got the mortise cut into the back of this. I got it turned around and put on the lathe. Since this is going to be a non-traditional process, I'm going to add a couple steps here. That's about good enough for what we're about to do. Let's move on to the next step, and I can't wait because this thing's been giving me all kinds of problems. Serves you right. All right, today is tomorrow, and we are back in the shop with our experimental char bowl here. Moving forward, I want to try and get some color in and around these pieces of charcoal here into these valleys. I have never done anything like this before, so this should be interesting. This could be a total fail, but at the very least we will be learning from the process. So let's see what we can do with this. So these are the colors I picked out. We're going to be doing a bunch of small mixes and just trying to get this distributed throughout the bowl. I think what I'm going to do is just attach this waste block to the back side here so we can get this piece up on the rotisserie and keep it moving. That way the resin doesn't just sag down throughout the piece. So we're going to go ahead and get some resin mixed up. We'll start with about a 1 ounce mix and just start getting it in there and seeing what it looks like. Like I said, I have no idea how this is going to interact with charcoal. It could start pushing a lot of air, which will be a problem, so we're just going to see how it goes. Alright guys, so this isn't exactly going the way that I had planned. The charcoal is very porous, I knew that. So it's basically just soaking up everything, soaking our color in, and we're just kind of losing it. So I'm going to shift gears here. I'll just try and get a nice coat of clear resin in on that charcoal to try and seal it up. And then we can come back and try and flow our color into the cracks and valleys. So we'll see what that can do for us moving forward here. Alright, so far it's looking a bit like a mess. We're gonna let this tack up a little bit more and just keep splashing the colors in. And then eventually when we start cutting it back, we'll have different layers popping out through the charcoal here. At least that's the idea. I know once this gets back on the lathe, we're gonna lose some of the charcoal because we're gonna have to round it out and this isn't really congruent. So, you know, it is what it is. Just trying to see what we can come up with and see how this turns out. Alright guys, well today is the next day and we got our color laid into this here charred bowl. Got a lot of wild colors going on in there. I'm gonna do a little bit of sanding to even out some of the splotching, and then we're gonna get a waste block cut up and fit it inside here, and we'll get this molded up to do our final resin pour, and then we'll have our blank. Alright guys, so we got the resin on the inside of the bowl sanded up pretty well. Take a look here. You can see inside there. Now, once this is filled up with resin, I understand that as this gets hollowed out, I'm going to lose some of this. So I wasn't really sure where to focus. But I just wanted to knock down the resin that was covering the raised areas of the charcoal, just so we could get that black to pop back out. I know it's kind of hard to tell just because the resin stands out white and it looks a little strange, but trying to go for a hot charcoal kind of effect here. Gonna get our waste block cut up next. And then we will get to trying to figure out how to mold this. It's going to be an interesting setup to get that done. But, you know, it's an experiment, and I didn't expect it to be easy. Just trying to see what kind of cool effects we can come up with.
A little toppy top.
Hey guys, just a brief intermission here. We're going to announce the winner of our pen giveaway contest. If you are unaware of this contest, go check out our Facebook and Instagram pages, and you can be a part of our giveaways that we do. So we got little baby Aurora down here in the shop blowing bubbles for us. She's gonna pick the winner. Come on over, mommy. Ready? Oh.
Good job,
there you
big
go.
girl.
Good job. Jim Mancuso, you are the winner. Please be sure to respond in private message on the platform that you participated in. Make sure to get that to us by Tuesday so that we have an opportunity to pick a new winner if you do not respond by then. So yeah, send us a PM. We'll make sure to get that out to you.
Say bye.
try and figure out how much resin we're gonna need. Get this sucker poured. I'm thinking that I'm gonna go with pretty much a clear resin. I'm just gonna add a tiny hint of pearl in the hopes that we can get a small kind of smoke effect, but I want it to be translucent enough so that we can see our detail and our color and all that. So we'll see how that works out. All right, well, Sunday morning surprise and the carnage revealed. In all of my arrogance, I did not put containment around this here mold before putting it in the pressure pot, and we sprung a leak. So, in turn, lost about, I don't know, 1,200 mils of resin, and locked it on up in the pressure pot. So it's been recovered and it looks like it's still salvageable. We'll be able to move forward with this project, but that's where we're at. All right, guys, so it was at this point that I realized I was up against a bit of a time crunch. Was really hoping to get this one out in whole this week, but I put in a solid 14 hours the next day and ran into some additional problems. So I need to make sure that I maintain a good standard of quality instead of rushing it through. So you know, stay tuned. Next part will be up next week, and I will see you then.